Gauff or Osaka? Who has the edge this time in New York? Gauff is a two-time Grand Slam champion, and Osaka, a four-time major winner herself, is the mother of a 2-year-old daughter. The head-to-head record, Gauff has won 3 of 5 matches, is a little deceptive. That's because Osaka's 2 wins came when Gauff was 15, at the US Open, and 17, in Cincinnati. Gauff has won the past 2 matches, 3 years ago in San Jose in straight sets and last year in Beijing, when Osaka retired with a back injury after the 2 split sets. Can somebody come to the match and cheer for me? Osaka asked the Louis Armstrong crowd. I mean, it's kind of tough playing an American here, but I hope you've adopted me as well. Gauff has vivid memories of that US Open match against Osaka. I guess I put way too much pressure on myself thinking I maybe had a chance in that moment to actually do something, which I definitely did, but I think it was just I felt more expectation that I should than maybe belief, Gauff said. She has a history of slow starts, and with all the hoopla surrounding her coaching change just ahead of the US Open, Gauff struggled early. It took her 3 sets to get past Aryna Tomljanovic in the first round and an emotional tiebreak before subduing Donna Vekic. But Saturday's victory was a relatively stress-free affair. Gauff reported afterward that, after all the pressure she put on herself, she had fun again playing tennis. That's why she's through to her 4th consecutive 4th round here. And it's why she can beat Osaka. It's been like an emotional week, but I think I needed those tough moments to move forward, Gauff said in her on-court interview. Overall, I'm really happy how I played and to be through to the next round. In a way, Gauff is playing like the 15-year-old version of herself when she beat Venus Williams and reached the 4th round at Wimbledon. She's taking a little bit off the service speed, creating more shape and margin on the forehand with topspin, and relying on quickness and defense. And that patience worked beautifully against Freck. Tellingly, there were 25 extended rallies of 9 shots or more, and Gauff won 18 of them. Gauff will need to amp up her game against Osaka, but the basic strategy will be the same. Hang in against that power and wait for errors. Gauff moves better and saw her patience pay off against Freck. After hitting 18 double faults and getting broken 10 times in her first 2 matches, Gauff had only 4 doubles against Freck, and was broken only once. The case for Osaka. This is the kind of Grand Slam performance that Osaka envisioned upon her return from maternity leave. In the 7 majors since giving birth, she was eliminated in the first round twice, the second round 3 times and the third round twice. This is Osaka's first 4th round appearance since the 2021 Australian Open, a tournament, it's worth noting, she won. Since hiring coach Tomasz Wiktorowski in Montreal, Osaka has been playing with greater confidence. She's built gradually, winning 2 matches in Montreal, 3 in Cincinnati, and now has the opportunity for a 4th at the US Open. It starts with the serve. Osaka had 9 aces against Kasatkina. Only world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, 78, has more this Grand Slam season than Osaka's 70. But the biggest leap for Osaka has come in the return game. She forged 9 break opportunities against Kasatkina and collected 7 of them. Moreover, she's been lethal against second serves. She won 24 of 33 against Kasatkina. This could be huge against Gauff, who has been rolling in off-speed first and second serves in an effort to avoid double faults. When she was in her prime, Osaka's ground strokes were unmatched. Through 3 matches there have been vintage flashes. There is something magnetic about the Arthur Ashe Stadium when the sun dips behind the Manhattan skyline, turning the court into a stage under blazing white lights. The stands swell with anticipation, the hum of conversation rising like an orchestral overture. It is New York, after all, the city that demands drama, that turns every point, every rally, every gasp into a Broadway-worthy moment. And here they come, Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka, 2 names that have been intertwined in the tennis zeitgeist since Gauff was barely a teenager, 2 champions whose stories mirror and contrast in ways that make this matchup feel less like a game and more like destiny. The question hangs in the humid September air: who has the edge this time? The tale of 2 phenoms. Coco Gauff, now 20, no longer carries the teen prodigy tag like a sparkly sticker she can't peel off. She's grown into herself, mentally tougher, stronger physically, and sharper tactically. Her rise was steady, not meteoric, but that patience has built resilience. The girl who stunned Venus Williams at Wimbledon at 15 has blossomed into a Grand Slam champion herself, hoisting the US Open trophy last year in a moment that felt like a cultural coronation. For Coco, tennis has never just been tennis. It's been representation, pressure, expectation, and a whole generation's hope woven into the thwack of her forehand. And now, with a year's worth of maturity and the swagger of a reigning champion, she returns to New York with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what it takes to win here. On the other side of the net is Naomi Osaka, a woman who has been both an unstoppable force and a vulnerable soul, whose career has mirrored the chaotic beauty of tennis itself. Once the queen of hard courts, Osaka's game is pure power poetry, lightning-fast serves, fearless baseline aggression, and a calmness that can feel like ice water running through her veins. But in recent years, her story became one of hiatuses and healing, as she stepped back from the sport to focus on her mental health and motherhood. Her comeback to the tour this season was less about domination and more about rediscovery. Each match felt like peeling back layers of rust and doubt, revealing flashes of the Osaka who once ruled Flushing Meadows. And yet, as this clash approaches, there's a feeling, a whisper, really, that she might be ready to erupt. Two phenoms. Two generations of greatness. Two completely different journeys to this night. The city that shapes legends. New York has a way of amplifying athletes' best and worst. The stadiums roar louder here, the media swarms heavier, and the pressure feels like a living, breathing entity lurking at courtside. The US Open is chaos in a way Wimbledon's prim lawns could never be. There are fans waving flags, sipping beers, and yelling midpoint, subway trains rumbling in the distance, and a skyline glittering like a crown above it all. For Gauff, this atmosphere is home turf. Born in Florida but molded by the American tennis machine, she thrives under the energy. The crowd loves her, adores her. She's the champion they wanted, a blend of power and grace, of humility and fire. Every fist pump, every roar from Coco sends Ash Stadium into a frenzy. For Osaka, New York is where she became a star. Her maiden Grand Slam in 2018 came with the surreal drama of Serena Williams' outburst, a match that left her sobbing during the trophy ceremony even as she held the Champions Cup. She would later win again in 2020, in an empty stadium during the pandemic, a strange contrast that mirrored her introverted soul. But if there's one thing Osaka knows, it's how to summon greatness in this city, whether the arena is roaring or eerily silent.